A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a recent statement, U.S. President Donald Trump has raised serious concerns regarding Russian missile attacks on Ukrainian cities, suggesting that Russian President Vladimir Putin may not be genuinely seeking an end to the ongoing conflict. This assertion came shortly after Trump's meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the Vatican, where discussions centered on the dire situation in Ukraine following a series of devastating attacks. Trump took to Truth Social to express his thoughts, stating, "There was no reason for Putin to be shooting missiles into civilian areas, cities, and towns over the last few days." This comment is particularly significant as it marks a shift in Trump's typically amicable rhetoric towards Putin, who has intensified strikes against civilian targets in Ukraine, resulting in tragic casualties. Just days prior, a Russian attack in Kyiv claimed the lives of at least 12 civilians and left around 90 others injured, an act that has drawn international condemnation and further complicates the peace process. Trump's comments suggest a growing frustration with the Kremlin's actions, as he has repeatedly threatened economic sanctions against Russia due to their lack of progress in peace negotiations. It makes me think that maybe he doesn't want to stop the war, he's just tapping me along, and has to be dealt with differently, through banking or secondary sanctions, Trump remarked, indicating a potential shift in strategy towards a more aggressive stance against Russia. This comes on the heels of unusual criticism directed at Putin, especially given Trump's previous inclination to praise the Russian leader while often being more critical of Zelensky. Earlier this week, Trump accused Zelensky of undermining negotiations by dismissing the idea of recognizing Russia's annexation of Crimea as part of any peace deal. Reports suggest that the U.S. has proposed recognizing Russia's claim to Crimea and accepting its control over other regions in eastern and southern Ukraine, a move that has sparked outrage among Ukrainian officials and their European allies. In response, Zelensky and his allies have put forth a proposal that emphasizes robust security guarantees for Ukraine, a full and unconditional ceasefire, and the necessity of not discussing territorial concessions until a truce is established. The meeting between Trump and Zelensky at Pope Francis's funeral on April 26 was their first encounter since a heated exchange in the White House earlier this year. Zelensky characterized their latest meeting as potentially historic, focusing on the urgent need for a ceasefire and sustainable peace solutions. As the situation continues to evolve, the world watches closely to see whether diplomatic efforts will yield any positive outcomes or if the conflict will escalate further. The stakes are high, and the implications of these discussions will undoubtedly resonate far beyond the borders of Ukraine, affecting global politics and security for years to come. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.